Fucking, I'm so pissed that Pego lost, bro. I knew this was gonna happen too. I knew it was gonna happen.
And I
Once
got
I saw him in first for so long, and then Aleix like just getting on his butthole, I was like, "Yep, he's gonna
bro,
pass him the last lap or so."
good for Aprilia though.
I don't care.
You know, I mean, yeah,
I don't care.
but
I don't
like Silverstone is such a long track. The Ducati you would assume would just dominate without any question.
Yeah,
And
I mean he was.
I mean, other than Pecco, uh, it wasn't until
When we
Martin
say
in
Ducati,
sixth, then Marini and Zarco were the only ones in the top 10.
I mean, okay, when I say like Ducati's gonna dominate, I mean Pecco's gonna dominate. I don't really care about the other guys, you know.
All right,
Like
give me a second. I gotta turn my TV off. I was watching MotoGP crashes through the video games, like from the first one to now, and like
yeah,
MotoGP '08, like my favorite game growing up, still holds up graphically. Like it's the best one. Like it still looks so good. It's insane.
yeah. You should see it on like the NBA games, bro.
Oh yeah.
His graphics are so shit back then.
Right. Hang on
It's
one.
just like little block guys, you know.
I was gonna put like highlights on in the background, but I block it anyways. So
we yeah, but you can put highlights on like your screen.
mm,
We need to find a way to like record on your screen and have us like off to the side.
oh, green screens.
Like yeah, but you don't need a green screen. You just
Oh,
have like
true.
a
Just have
webcam.
like the box. Yeah.
Have us like have you on one side and me on one side.
Just have fucking highlights in the background the whole time.
Yeah, just Pecco. Hey bro, I got hold up. I joined the hold up. I joined the hashtag Go One Free
Oh, of course you did.
fucking group chat. Yeah,
Hang on.
we're here. We're here, boy.
I'm on the MotoGP's latest, and I'm so scared to look at it because of spoilers. But
Yeah.
which brings me to the app. But before we get into that, welcome to the MotoGrandPodcast. I'm your host, Patrick Bailey. Joined with me, as always, is my boy.
Hey, little baby, the Mark Marquez hater. Fuck that dude.
And rightfully so at this point. I was on
Well, it's been a full year since he hasn't finished a race. Almost been a full year.
almost in October. Yeah. I saw a Instagram post. It was Repsol Honda between Marquez and Mir, their finishes. Every single one of their races is either DNS or DNF. So they either didn't start
Yeah,
or didn't finish, except for one race when Mir got
yeah, like
like
11th,
11th.
I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which is
No, I remember you sent me that, bro.
it's atrocious. And Mir's a world
It's so
champion.
bad.
Mir,
It's
Suz-
so bad.
put it this way, like Suzuki is out of the competition entirely because they didn't have the money and they couldn't compete. Yet Mir won a world championship on it. He goes to Honda,
Mhm.
who has been dominant with Marquez for what, a decade now. They were dominant beforehand. Rossi won a championship on it. Hayden won a championship on it. Uh, Pedrosa was thought to soon win a championship on it. Lorenzo was competitive-ish on it, but like they they built the bike around Marquez, and now no one can ride it, and now Marquez is saying it's dangerous and it's scary.
I want to say, how do you even build a bike for Marquez and Marquez can even ride it?
Right, and then
Like,
expect Mir to be able to ride it. I've also seen
yeah.
a bunch of memes of Alex Rins going to Yamaha. Dude, they're
Yeah.
so funny. Hang on, I think I sent you one. Um, I want to see if I can put this on screen. Uh, yeah.
Yes, bro, you sent me that. Yeah, trying to fucking decide which one to race with.
Alex Rins
Oh
checking
my
out his new
god.
bike for 2024 on the Yamaha. But I also saw another one. I didn't send it to you, but it was like Alex Rins leaving or joining like the worst bike on the grid, but at least the bike's not trying to kill him anymore.
Hey man, as long as you can stay on that bitch, whatever.
I mean, dude,
Dude, what?
that
Speaking
Honda?
of people that's been racing like shit though, what's been going on with your boy, man? You know who I'm
Dude,
talking about.
he actually like went to them and was like, y'all aren't getting a second chance. Like you're either fixing this bike now or I'm out.
I was like, dude, that
Dude,
Yamaha.
he you can't.
Oh my god.
I mean,
It's like
Morbidelli's
he
been.
can barely compete, bro.
I mean, Morbidelli's been like up there out of nowhere. I think he was up there
All
this
the
weekend,
times.
but of course he
He got
finished.
14th, bro.
Yeah, he finished down in 14th. I mean, Quattararo
They could
was actually doing pretty decent. Like he was up in the points
he was doing
position,
good in the
and then
grid, right?
yeah, and then he ran or someone ran into him. I can't remember who, but it like ripped his front bumper off, like
Yeah, yeah,
his
yeah.
fairing or yeah his his body kit, and then he got stuck in the
That
tire.
shit
So
literally got ripped off, bro.
yeah, so he had to pit in, get a new bike, and then somehow still finish in front of Taka Nakagami and Iker
Makes
Lecuona,
no
both
sense.
the only Hondas to actually finish races. But I
It was a good race.
want to rant about the app. Oh my god,
Talk your shit.
I
Let's
hate
go off.
the app. Everyone hates it. Mac Max Oxley or Mike Oxley, something Oxley. He's like a big time MotoGP reporter. His Twitter, I was looking at it the other day. He posted literally all he said was this new MotoGP app is gonna give me an aneurysm. Like,
Bro, it makes no sense. It's so confusing.
dude, it's so dumb. Like, why would they take something that worked so well? It was perfect. There was nothing wrong with it. I understand wanting to make it look different, like change the graphics and all that, make it a little cooler, a little spicier. That's fine, but don't fuck with the whole algorithm and how everything's run.
Don't fuck with me.
Like,
Don't fuck with me.
there's no spoiler free. There's no spoiler free on the app. So when I watch, what's happening here? Boop.
Bro, my PC just took a shit. Bro,
Boop.
know what happened? Like everything just went black and then just turned back on, and Discord was just like removed. It's just like you're done. Mark Marquez is fucking hacking into my PC.
He knows. He
He doesn't want
knows.
me. He doesn't want me to keep talking shit about him.
But what was I saying? Something about the app. How it's annoying.
Maps,
Oh, there's
no,
no
no spoiler free.
no spoiler free. So when I go watch it later, I'm gonna have to like tiptoe around and like hide and like see only a little bit.
I mean, doesn't the spoiler, like the non-spoiler free one, like the Sonora one, doesn't it just have like markers on it that shows you when shit happened? So
Mm,
when you not look at the markers.
no, that was like on the app on the phone when it was like looking at a race. You can turn it on and off. That was I don't know how to do that like on the TV app, but like on the TV app, it used to be like best videos, spoiler free, browse, and then your account settings. Super simple. Like if you want to look at the news and everything, you go to best videos and you see all the news and everything. If you haven't seen the races, you go to spoiler free, watch the races, and then you can watch all the news and everything. But now it's all jumbled into one hodgepodge of crap that like I saw that who got it was Bez I think got pole uh this race. Yeah, Bez. I saw that Bez got pole before I even watched the Moto 3 qualifying.
Well,
Like, I was pissed. I was like, well, now I know who's pole. Why would I watch the qualifying?
Mm.
And I was like, really? It's so, like, apparently it's in beta, but why would you put something in beta halfway through the season? Do it
Yeah,
at the end of this. If you're gonna change the app and have growing pains, because when you change an app, it's gonna have growing pains. Do it at the end of the app or end of the season, not
doesn't
not
fucking halfway through
in
the
the
season.
middle during the summer break, and have some IT guy who doesn't know what he's doing just throw it together real quick and be like, yeah, it's good enough. We'll just call it a beta and just we can just
They're
back up and be like, oh, sorry, we're testing things. Sorry, it's so annoying and everything sucks right now.
they're just bored during the summer break. They're like, there's nothing to do.
Yeah,
Let's fuck with that.
but
Let's
now,
fuck with that.
yeah. So the only way to avoid spoiler free is to watch it live. And I don't know about you, but I cannot wake up at 3 in the morning to watch practice.
Bro, I work every day or I'm at school every day.
Yeah,
Ain't no way I can watch that shit.
I got shit to do. I got work. I got, I got to pay some bills. But like, I mean, I can't spend Friday, Saturday, Sunday in front of my TV from 3 a.m. until it's all done. As much as I would love to, that would be a dream come true. If this was the only thing I had to do, if MotoGP was the only thing I had to do, that was my life, I would absolutely do it, and I would stick to live. Nothing else. I'd be all the time.
And bro, I haven't watched a live race in a while.
I haven't watched a live race since America, because time differences. Actually, I watched what race did I like accidentally stay up too late and watch live? I think it was Magello. I watched Magello live.
Did you?
Yeah,
Okay.
Magello I do try to watch live just because
Switch that up.
it's Magello. And
Okay.
it's my favorite race. I love Magello, dude. Oh, but we're on Silverstone. We're on Silverstone, the British GP, which
This is your
surprisingly
track patty. Your track patty.
it's the British in me track. It actually stayed surprisingly dry during the race. I know
There is some like warnings and
there
stuff.
was
Like
some
it
wet
kind of
weather
rained a
like
little bit,
spots, but
but
no one
it
had to
like
change bikes, which
yeah.
for the UK where it rains all the time, dude, the fucking practice and um, qualifying sessions, all like in rain or not in rain, changing up. I think it made it an interesting weekend,
It did.
which I really like their new layout with the first practice session being a free practice that doesn't count towards qualifying or anything, which is really nice because as you know, this whole season so far, up till now, that first session, people were trying to put in laps. They're trying to learn their bikes, learn the track, find their markers, find everything, and put in a fast lap because you don't know what's going to happen the next session. It's dangerous, and I mean, as you saw, Mark Marquez, the greatest rider to ever step on the face of the earth.
God himself.
Oh my god, dude. There's two types of people in this world right now who watch MotoGP, and it's a very, very big split, and it's hilarious if you look on Twitter, Instagram, anything. People either say Marquez is the greatest of all time, and it's Honda's fault that he's crashing all this so much, and it's Honda's fault, Honda this, Honda that. It's not Marquez. And
Well, you
then
got me saying Mark Marquez is a bitch, fucking sucks. Can't stay on a goddamn bike to save his fucking life.
yeah, and then there's the other side who are like, bro, it's been 4 years. It's been 4 years since he's been competitive. 4 years. Like, bro,
We're not him.
Augusto Fernandez is in his rookie season. He got a fifth in Silverstone, and people are, or no, that was fifth in qualifying. Where did he get in the race?
Who?
Augusto Fernandez, the only rookie in the class, he got 11th, but he's still in points
He's got more
position.
points than Mark Marquez, bro.
He's doing better than Marquez, and people are already talking about his replacement, Digi. finishing better than Marquez. He got 13th in the race, still finishing better than Marquez. He has a better finish rate than Marquez. Talking about replacing him with Arbolino. Like,
Even Fabio's doing better than him, and he's on a fucking toy bike.
yeah, like,
Crazy.
all right.
I really thought he was going to finish this race too. I was like,
I
no
did
way.
too.
I was like, Mark might finish this one.
Marquez was finally riding his pace, and somehow found a way to run into the back of Bastianini again. He did it in the Dutch TT and ruined Enea's qualifying, and then today ruined his race. Or
Bro, I
Silverstone
was
ruined his race.
sad when he fucking wrecked in the Bastianini because I was watching it with someone at work, and I was like, oh, dude, Bastianini's actually doing decent. He's top 10,
He's
doing all right.
he's gonna get a
As
point
soon as
finish.
as soon as I said that, fucking gets hit. I'm like, okay.
I mean, he didn't crash
I'm just
him.
gonna stop talking.
Enea didn't go down, but it did ultimately lead to Enea's downfall because the wings were all messed up, and it's just
He couldn't race.
these bikes are so like particular now. They're so fast, and the aerodynamics on the bikes need to be so precise and perfect for them to ride. It's insane. Like Aleix, I think his like front wing fell off in the race, so the fact that he won is insane. But Aleix is also kind of that guy right now. I mean, he's not going to win a championship.
Right, calm down. Calm down.
The championship's Pecos. That's known. That's been known since the first lights went out in the sprint race. But unfortunately,
Speaking of sprint race though, where the fuck was Pecco, bro? Bro, he got like 12th or some shit. I don't even think he got points.
he doesn't need the sprint race.
I don't care, bro.
He's using the sprint race as a practice to see how hard everyone else is going. That's what I think.
I want domination, Pecco. I want you to win by fucking 200 points. Right? I'm not here for this. Oh well, if he fucks up a few races, someone can come back. No.
Well,
Dominate. That's what I need right now.
I mean, the good news for you is there's still a lot of season left, and he's still gonna be winning a lot, so he still could win by 200.
He's up by like 50 right now, isn't he?
Something like that. Yeah, he's up a good margin. I mean, that's because his biggest competitors are Aleix, Binder, and Martin, and Aleix and Bez. Yeah, but
Thank God Bez ran, dude. Oh my god.
they all either are podium or bust. I mean, Martin got 6th, Binder got 3rd. Binder had a brilliant ride for 3rd.
Yeah, Ben, he was racing very well.
I think Oliveira had the rider of the race. How do I want to say this? The best ride in the race because he started 16th and he just worked his way up, got in the podium position, and Binder got him like late on, and he just was out of juice because of the big charge. But Miguel's charge showed that he deserves that factory ride over Vinales because Vinales, again.
I really thought Oliveira was gonna get 3rd. And then Bender started like dusting him a little bit.
I mean, Vinales did get 5th, but like that factory ride, you can't just be getting embarrassed by the satellite ride like that.
Yeah.
I mean, because like Vinales got a 5th. On paper, a 5th is a good place, but when you watch the race, it didn't look like Vinales was competitive. He was at first. You're like, okay, Vinales is being competitive today, but you don't really sit there and think, oh, this is now how Vinales is going to be. It's more so, oh, he's doing good right now. And then he just...
Honestly, bro, I think we need to switch into Moto 2. I like Moto 2 a lot more than GP.
Moto 2 was good. Moto 2 was really good.
I liked it a lot more. Fucking Furman Outagera.
Furman Outagay.
What the fuck?
Furman Outagay. So,
what the hell, boy? Smacked him.
Smacked
him.
So, this was before you started watching, but last season he was really competitive in like 4 or 5 races in the beginning of the season,
Mm-hmm.
and then he just kind of fell off a little bit. So Furman Audegay has the the ability to be competitive, and he is a good rider, as shown at Silverstone, winning by 2.5 seconds over Aaron Canet, who Canet loves Silverstone. Canet Canet loves Silverstone. Like that's his track. He got his. I think he got his first race win in Moto 3 there. Like Silverstone is Canet's track, and Audegay just gone.
Fucking shit on him, bro.
And
Oh my god.
Acosta had a good ride for third. I think it went very undervalued because it was.
He did. I mean, he really pushed in Aaron Canet's buttons there for a little bit. Like he was really.
He got pole in the rain, which a lot of people were like doubting Acosta's rain abilities, and that's why everyone was so worried about him in Silverstone, is because they don't really know how good he is in the rain, and as we saw in Argentina this year in that first rain race, Acosta just disappeared and had to fight his way back to like a 12th. So everyone was like, "Oh, Acosta sucks in the rain. That's his Achilles heel." And then in Silverstone, he got a pole at a track he'd never ridden on a Moto 2 bike before, because last season he was hurt for it. So this was Acosta's first time at Silverstone really since Moto 3. He got top 3 and took the points lead because Tony Arbolino finished in 10th.
Fucking shit a brick, dude.
I mean,
He wasn't even in the race, bro.
he was up there. He was up there in the beginning, and I saw Acosta like falling back to like second or third. I was like, Acosta's not winning this race. Acosta can't. Acosta's not going to win this race. And I assumed, and I thought Arbolino was going to see like, okay, Acosta's not taking off. I need to step up and catch up a little bit, fight a little bit. But he just fell off. And like everyone's saying Arbolino's that guy to go to MotoGP, but like he isn't pushing it. I mean, you're fighting for the championship. You like I understand riding safe. I understand riding safe, taking the points and maintaining a lead when you need to. But yeah, if you ride safe all the time, you're not going to win. You got to take those chances. You'll never win a championship if you're conservative.
It's too close for him to be playing it safe. And you know Pedro's not going to be playing it safe. He's going to be fucking gunning it, trying to get as many points as he can.
Exactly.
So,
Yeah,
like,
especially
there's no reason for him to be trying to play it safe, especially playing it safe in 10th place, bro.
right.
What the fuck are you doing? We know Sony can fucking gas that thing.
Like playing it
He knows he's a
safe.
good rider.
Playing it safe is what Quartararo should have done last season when he was 90 points up. He should have played it safe instead of risking it and took those crashes. That's when you play it safe. When you have that 90 point gap. But when you have a 25 point
90, big difference, you know? Like,
yeah, when you have a 25 point lead and your competitor wins and you get second because you're playing it safe, okay. Next race, do the same thing. Okay, you're still up 15 points. And then the next race after that, your opponent gets Acosta got second and you get like seventh. Okay, that's when you sit there and go, okay, I need to step it the fuck up. I need to fight back. I need to be competitive. And then you fall down to 10th. I don't know. See, I'm assuming it's him trying to be safe and just take as many points as he can because it is a long championship, and he's only down now. I think he's down like 2 points in the championship, so it's not that big of a deal. One? Like,
yeah, I'm pretty sure Pedro's up 1.
1 point. It's not that big of a deal, but you have to think of the momentum Acosta is carrying into the Red Bull Spielberg, Austria, because Austria is a Red Bull KTM track. It is their track. They built it. It's their track. So that Red Bull KTM is going to be I mean, yes, they're on the same engines and everything, but they have a lot more information on that track than Elfmark VDS. I mean, and Acosta has the momentum because he just came from crashing in Le Mans to taking a 25 point lead and taking it by just beating him. He didn't win every single race. He just beat him. That's all he had to do. And that's all he's
Oh, he
gonna
has
have.
to.
That's all he has
Oh,
to
he
do every
has
race.
to.
But that's all Arbolino has to do. All they have to do is they're just competing with each other. Arbolino, you can't finish behind Acosta anymore, ever. I mean, maybe like a race or two, you can be right behind him. But
Well, like, he got to get some dubs, bro.
if
He's got to
Arbolino
be
wants
get.
to get the momentum back on his side and get this championship going, leaning towards his way. Because right now the scales are heavily balanced in Acosta's favor. Yeah, he's only up 1 point, but the way he got those 26 points on Arbolino really messes with Arbolino's confidence. Arbolino needs to finish right in front of Acosta because he's not gonna beat him by a lot in Austria, unless if I'm completely mistaken and jinxing everything. But
I mean, it's going to be a good race next race, regardless. I feel like they're both going to be trying to fucking win. You know, like they're going to be pushing that shit for
right.
sure. If you're not, then something's fucking wrong with him. Like, if Tony's still playing it safe for some fucking reason, I don't even know what his game plan is at that point.
If Arbolino keeps playing it safe, then my mind goes to Arbolino's just getting ready for the MotoGP season and doesn't care about Moto2 anymore.
I mean, yeah, but like, still get another championship under your belt for Moto Two
Right.
is like
Haven't right.
good on
And
you.
it's not a good look if you're willing to just sacrifice a Moto2 championship because that shows weakness. That you're just going to be like, yeah, you know what? I'm okay with taking a second so that I can go and be competitive next season in an even harder class. Like, no,
Yeah,
that's not how it works. Because Augusto Fernandez fought for his life hard in that Moto 2 season last year, scrapping. He's the only one who got moved up because of it. You know?
mm-hmm. Fucking hey man, whatever though. It was a great
But
race.
it was a good race.
Shout out Furman, little Vermin ass. Shout out Aaron Canet getting second. Love that man. Shout out Jake Dixon for wrecking. Uh,
That happened on the first lap, didn't it?
I'm like, dude, that was a bad wreck.
It was,
He fucking lived so many
yeah,
goddamn times.
yeah, he didn't finish the first lap. So, yeah,
It was a bad.
yeah, looking here, Rory Skinner, Dennis Foggia, Taiga Hara, Jake Dixon, and Baja Gomez all didn't finish the first lap. That's a lot. And I mean, Sergio Garcia and Alonso Lopez ended up crashing later, pretty early on. But I'm honestly, the way the track was, I'm surprised there wasn't more crashes.
Yeah, I was too. I thought there was gonna be more just because I started also, but like, I don't know. I was just happy Jake Dixon wrecked. I was really smile.
That was early in the race too, so it was just you were just smooth sailing from there on out. But
Yeah, bro. And Eric Cadell was in first at the time. I was like, oh my god. I was like, what is happening? I was like,
very good ride from Joe Roberts though. The lone American to do anything.
yes, sir.
I mean, he's a race winner one time or twice. I think no, he's just the one. Joe Roberts isn't. He's our last American hope, and it's not a good one. You know what's hilarious though is during the practices and qualifyings and everything. Obviously, the MotoGP commentators they're all British, so obviously they have a slight bias to Jake Dixon and the British riders, like Sam Lowe's and things like that. And they're kind of talking like maybe Jake Dixon would be the next British guy in MotoGP, and like hyping him up, and then he crashed in the same spot that he had been crashing at all weekend. That final corner had been taken. It took Jake. I think Dixon crashed 3 times in that corner. Once in
Jesus.
practice, once in qualifying, and in the race. Same corner, everything. So I mean, it's just a bad luck corner. But I mean, talk about a curse. Talk about the commentator curse. You know.
Yo, they better keep hyping him up, boy. Keep doing it. I love it, man.
Oh
Fuck
man.
him for no reason. Should we
So
talk about Moto 3?
we can. I mean,
I mean you. I did not watch that shit.
I know you didn't. It was.
All I, all I gotta say is shout out my boy Filippo. We cracked top 20. We're in 19th place, baby. All I gotta say.
Yeah, that.
Fuck everybody. Fuck everybody else.
I thought you said you was gonna be done with him if it wasn't good enough soon.
Hey man, I got hope for Filippo. All right,
He's a rookie. He's learning. He's young.
yeah,
You
bro.
know, I
He's
mean,
like 12. He's like 4 years old. Like he'll grow into it.
there's plenty of time. See, that's why I like Moto 3 though, is because like rookies can either be like Acosta or Filippo. You know, Acosta won the championship his rookie season and absolutely dominated, and it's crazy. David Alonso at Silverstone got his first race win. He's a rookie. So like there are those rookies that really shine quick and early, but then there's guys like Filippo. I think who was it? It was I think Digi actually. Fabio Di Gianantonio, when he was going through Moto 3, he didn't come off to a hot start. Same with Moto 2. Like, it took him a while to figure it out and start being competitive, and it got him to the MotoGP realm. Obviously, he's not doing a whole lot there. Still better than Marquez. But it's...
Dude, going better than Marquez, man.
Exactly. So it's a proving ground, it's a learning ground, and it's the start. You know, you can sit there and go, dang, he's down in 19th. That's not good. But he's a rookie. He's learning. He's figuring it out. He's getting through it. He's not crashing. Not
He's
not
not in
crashing.
last place. And he's not in last place.
I mean,
Okay.
even if he was dead last every single race, I think getting dead last and finishing the race is way more valuable for a rookie than anything else.
Yeah.
Like getting like if I was a team manager and I signed a rookie and he got dead last every single race, but he didn't crash a single race, I'd sign him the next season. And then if I had a guy who either got a podium or crashed, I'd be hesitant because he didn't learn. He didn't learn for half the season. Yes, he was good the other half, but half that season he didn't learn anything, so he's going to have to relearn all that the next season. And that's half a season gone again. He's a rookie basically in half the season.
Yeah.
It's the slow progression as opposed to the up, down, up, down, up, down.
See,
But
now I'm changing my viewpoint on Filippo. All right, I'm gonna keep rocking with him as long as he can get a goddamn point.
a point this season,
Yeah, we need a point this season. Bro.
at some point between now and the end of the season,
Yeah, I don't think he has any points.
I think he's got a few. You'd have to look at the standings and kind of scroll way down.
Scroll down to the bottom.
I mean, Moto 3 is it's a hard class to get points in, if you because the top 17 guys will all be within a second of each other. Like Silverstone, if you look at the splits, from first place all the way down to 17th, the gap was 1.9 seconds. Scott Ogden was at the back of the pack in 17th, and he was 2 seconds off the lead.
Filippo has 2 points.
Better than Marquez.
He's not. He's not in dead last, bro. There's some other dude that has 1 point.
Who?
Joshua Watley.
Oh, Josh Watley. Yeah, that's another British rider.
And there's a bit of people that have 0 points.
There's going to be a good group like Anna Carrasco. Who else has 0 points that I could think of?
Wait, he got two. He got both his points in one race. He got 14th place.
That's a points finish. That's a good points finish. That
The fourth race, the race right after Moto America. Which one was that?
Jerez?
Rev?
Am I crazy? Am I crazy?
I think it was Rev.
Let's see.
It wasn't No, it definitely was Magellan.
There was Portimao, Portugal, America, España. Yeah, Jerez.
Rep.
I mean,
14th in her ref.
He's a Spaniard. That's a home race. That was a home race for him. You know, in his home race he got points. So he's.
All right, so I need to see him get at least like 1 more point this season.
At least a 15th. Honestly, if he's in that lead pack, so like 17, because like the top 17, 18 riders can all be in one pack, and the back guys won't get any points. If he's in that pack, I would count that as a win, because that means he's competitive with the race leaders. He just needs a, a tenth a lap.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if he can just get a tenth a lap, then he'll be competing with the top guys. So I mean, that's the crazy part about Moto 3 is like Filippo finished. I mean, if he's on the back of the pack, if he can get a tenth a lap better the next season, he'll be fighting for a podium. That's why I love this sport, though. Isn't that nuts? Point
Filippo's gonna get me in the Moto 3.
1 millisecond. 1 millisecond is the difference between winning a race and not getting any points at all.
Crazy.
That's nuts. That's insane.
Fucking mental, bro.
It's fucking mental, isn't it?
Fucking mental, bro.
It's fucking mental. Oh, man. But Silverstone was a crazy weekend, and it's hard to just kind of unpack it, you know? Because it was just,
Yeah,
it was
good. It was fun. It was a good race.
It was just all over the
Everybody.
place. I mean, there's nothing really to complain about. I mean, obviously people crashing, you can be upset about that. I mean, Marquez kind of showed that if Marquez rode his race. Marquez rode his race the whole weekend and crashed in the race. I mean, he was nowhere all weekend, doing his riding, getting the information, staying on the bike, doing what we've been saying for him to do all season, and he was nowhere. I mean, good. You know, like, he's learning. That's good. That's progress. That's what we like to see. That's growth until he crashed in the race. He's done, dude. I just.
He's gotta be, bro. I wonder if he's gonna finish a race this year.
I mean, you got to think like he's got to get lucky and just stay on the thing for once. But like,
But it's been so long.
but like the fact that you have to think that he has to get lucky in order to finish is sad.
It really is.
I mean, he's an 8-time world champion, and we're sitting here talking about if he's going to be able to finish a race or not.
Within the whole season, not just in general. Just like
Right.
within the whole season.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll finish one.
He's finished sprint
That's
races. He's finished sprint races, but that's because they're half as long, and he has half the amount of time to stay on the damn thing. He doesn't have the full time to fuck it up and run into Anea.
Yeah. Goddamn Anea, man.
But
Always in his way.
I do want to give a big shout out to David Alonso for getting his first win in that Moto3 class as a rookie. That Gas Aspar team is breeding some champions. Ivan Guevara, Sergio Garcia, Jake Dixon, now David Alonso. I mean, all solid riders. Sergio Garcia crashed out of Silverstone, unfortunately, but he's kind of unanimously the best rookie in Moto2 right now. Ivan Guevara having more growing pains than expected, but he was injured at the beginning of the season, so he didn't get to do much testing, if any at all. So Ivan Guevara is still learning and has a lot of growing pains to get over. But, you know, that gas team. So Red Bull KTM has always been those guys in Moto3 and even Moto2, but it's looking like it's starting to tilt more towards gas.
Gas.
Gas. Which is hilarious because Gas is just another KTM brand. And so's Husqvarna, which the rumors we were talking about last episode about, you know, a Marquez and a Costa Husqvarna team, I think are gone. I don't think that's going to be a thing. I think what it is they're going to remove either Paul or Augusto from the ride entirely, which I think it's a little unfair because Paul was seriously hurt and he has the drive, and the fact that he's back this season is nuts. And Augusto Fernandez is in his rookie season. He's learning. Like, you can't just clip the cord just like that. But that's the racing world. I guess it's cutthroat, which is why I don't understand why Marquez hasn't been cut. But
he's an 8-time world champion. He's the greatest of all time. He's a GOAT. That's
dude,
how I imagine all his fans sound.
all his
Little
fans.
fucking weasels, bro.
Oh, my hair's sticking through. You see
No,
that?
that's a fucking look, brother. That's
Oh,
a look.
oh man, dude, I'm. So we are recording a little late, because
Just a
working
wee bit
things
late.
just a wee bit. So the Dutch,
Hey, it's
the
not as bad as the last race. That was like 2 weeks,
it's
3
fine.
weeks.
But the Austrian GP is starting now, and it's taking so much out of me to not just turn it on and just. But I do want to.
Well, let's go ahead and get the predictions up for the race that starts in like 2 days.
I mean, we can look at some of the analytics and cheat a little bit, see who's
Ah,
fast
no,
or
no,
not.
no. We ain't cheating, bro.
All right, well, I guess we'll start with Moto 3 since that's kind of what we've been up. I want to say Ayumi Sasaki is going to finally get his. Because
Sure.
Ayumi got second again. So Ayumi has been fast, up front, but he can't finish the race. He finishes, but someone always just nips him right towards the end, and he's so unlucky with that. His like, I don't. It's something about his last few laps where he just someone else just has a little extra oomph that he doesn't have. But I think he's finally going to get it. I think he's finally going to win it and get that little oomph. Daniel Holgado has started seeing a lot of wrecking issues recently, and he's been struggling. Hopefully, he can break out of that, and I think he will with a third. I think he's going to get another third, but it's going to be a good third. It's not going to be him crashing and struggling to make a good grid position and fighting. I think it'll be a good competitive third. And then I think Joame Massia is going to get second because Massia is one of those guys that's break or bust kind of at all times, and my mouse is done for. Anyways.
Moto 3, don't care. Filippo top 15. All right, next.
That's what we'll be looking for at Moto 3 is a Filippo top 15 or at least top 17 in that first pack if it is that whole 17. And it's a smaller track, so I'm thinking Moto 3 will be very compact the entire race. So it's going to be like I think it's going to be like 20 guys in that first group. I think it's going to be
Well,
crazy.
hopefully he can stay in that group and get ahead.
I mean, it takes one race to put some confidence in you and then start going crazy. I mean,
Hell yeah.
so Moto 2. Moto 2's
I got Pedro win.
you got Acosta. Yeah. I'm gonna go. The safe bet is to say Acosta, just because he's on that KTM. I think this will be his first time there on it though. I don't think he raced there last year. But I mean, if it's dry, or even if it's wet, because he showed that he can do well in the rain. He's coming off grabbing that points lead. I am a little worried him having that points lead. He might crumble under the pressure.
Mm.
Because that's kind of what happened in Le Mans. Maybe it was the pressure of being the points leader or being up there. But that was also at the beginning of the season. He has had a lot of time to learn. He's had a lot of time to fight. But I think Acosta winning is a safe bet, and I am going to take the safe bet on that one. Second, I want to say Arbolino. But something in my heart of hearts, deep down, is telling me that Arbolino is going to get like 14th.
I wouldn't go put him that high. I think he's gonna get like 4th or 5th.
Okay. I mean,
I think he's gonna be up there, but I just don't think he's gonna be able to get up there. Like I think he's gonna be like a battle for like 3rd place with like 3 or 4 people, and he's gonna be in that battle, and I don't think he's gonna win it.
see, I'm more so on the lines of thinking he's gonna be up front in the beginning. He's gonna be competitive. He's gonna get passed by like 2 people and then just fucking fall like he did in Silverstone.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
it's a possibility.
Because
it's also a possibility that he just fucking demolishes everybody.
This is true.
We don't know.
This is very true. Yeah, maybe Tony's like sitting there going, you know what? I'm done playing around. It's time, and drops the fucking hammer.
He is fucking like beats Pedro by like 10 seconds or some shit. Like who knows?
takes
Who
that
knows?
takes that point lead by 4 seconds. Shows his muscles and goes, yeah, beat that. You know, I love this sport. I love this sport. You know, like Theo Von. God, I love that.
I really hope Aaron Canet gets podium again. Love seeing that man
See,
top
I think Canet's gonna get second
second. I hope so.
because that's his best position he's ever gonna get.
Shut up. One day. One day, bro.
Next season.
He,
Next season.
bro, he has it in the bag, and then he just lets someone catch up to him and just lets him pass him, and then he just chills in second.
I think it's because he burns too much in the beginning of the race, and then once
He be gassing that shit at the beginning, bro.
and then once
He,
someone passes him, he's been pushing and pushing and pushing, and then someone passes him, and he's like, oh, I gotta step back, maybe play it a little smart, slow it up, and then by the time it's time for him to like push and take that spot back, it's too late.
yeah.
So I think if he can maybe ease it back on the starts a little bit and be more competitive in the middle of the race. I think his biggest issue is the middle of the race. Or towards the end as well, he kind of falls off even more. But if he can, kind of ease up into the middle, that drop off towards the end will be not as bad, and he can be able to be competitive and even fight for the win. I hope. I want him to talk about the bow tie.
Me too, man.
The bow
But
tie.
either way, honestly, bro, Aaron Cadet's slowly approaching in the points. You know, like
Is he?
he's behind, but he's in like third place now. I think.
Yeah, he's being consistent. That's
Yeah.
that's the thing about Canet. He is always kind of consistently like top
Like
five.
if Tony Arbolino keeps shit in the bed, there's a possibility Aaron Cadet gets second.
I mean, yeah.
Possibility.
I mean, hang on. Let me look up the standings here while it's on my brain, because if kind of do
You'll
some
watch it.
kind of do some mental math a little bit.
Okay, no. So Jake Dixon's still in third.
Oh, okay. But I mean,
And that's about like 60. Just not horrible.
Dixon's 50 points down on Arbolino. That's 2 full races. That's a lot. I didn't realize it was such a big gap between second and third.
It was just Pedro and Tony there for a while. Like, it was just
I mean,
a
yeah,
Pedro
at
Tony
the
show.
beginning of the season, yeah. I mean, it makes sense, but I mean, Acosta crashed. Arbolino's not been finishing super great, so I thought by
I
now,
mean, Jake Dixon and Aaron Canet haven't been like always consistent. Like Jake just crashed out.
yeah,
Aaron, he's crashed out a few times. He's also just not done too hot a few times.
that's fair. That's fair. But
So like it makes sense. It makes sense.
we have seen bigger comebacks, though.
Pedro, Pedro!
Pecco! Yeah, I'm on the Pecco train now because I want to enjoy my weekends.
Yeah. It's fun to be on the Pecco team. It's very fun. It's very fun. You just get mad whenever he wrecks sometimes, and that's about it. But he's still winning. So
Yeah, but at least I don't have to watch my guy fucking fight for a point.
fight for like 17th place. Yeah.
No, Quattro's done with that Yamaha. I don't know where he's gonna go, but dude, again,
It's so
we need to
bad.
see another manufacturer. We need BMW or Kawasaki to come back, but they're not going to. They never will. I don't know about never, but like right now, it's just not in the cards for him, and it's. I want to see more manufacturers. I don't want it to be an all Ducati grid, because then it's just gonna be Moto2 but bigger bikes.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, Moto2 is good racing. So, I mean, I guess I really can't. I like Moto2 more than MotoGP, so I guess I really can't say I don't want to see all Ducati, because if it was all Ducati, then it would be like Moto2, and it would be up to the skill of the riders rather than the manufacturer of the bike. But,
But
I mean, that's the thing. There's two paths, All Ducati, it's up to the rider, All the bikes are pretty much the same. It's up to the rider. That's the skill position. But that's what Moto 2 and Moto 3 are for. That's the riders showing their skills, why they deserve to be in MotoGP. And then MotoGP, it's a bigger team effort. Yes, there's teams that do a lot in Moto 2 and Moto 3. The engineers, the team leaders, the analytics guy, all those guys, they do a lot of work. I'm not saying they're not, but in comparison to MotoGP, because of the manufacturer, it's different. But I don't know. I feel like I'm just saying the same thing like 10 times over.
Yeah, it's
You know when you're like writing an essay for like school and you have like 1,000
you
word limit and you've said everything you need to say in like 100 words and you're just like
reword it.
and then
keep rewording the same thing.
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
At least I feel like that's what I'm doing.
All right, well, let's talk about predictions for GP.
Oh, hang on. I never even said who I think was gonna get third in 2.
Oh, yeah, we didn't. Okay, wait. I don't think we ever finished who we thought we were gonna win.
Yeah, we said we agreed
Pedro
unanimously that Pedro was going to win, and we want Canet to get second, so that's what I'm locking in. But
Maybe
third,
like Lopez or something, or Sam Lowe.
I'm thinking Alonso Lopez if he can stay on the bike.
Yeah.
Alonso Lopez is fast, dude. He's really fast. He's just
Bro, fuck it. Let me hop on the Furman train, bro. Furman third.
Furman third. Okay,
Furman third.
so we both go in the CAG speed up for third, just different sides of the garage. I like it. I like it. I like it. All right.
Big Furman dude.
All right. GP.
Do I have to say it?
Pecco! Yeah, Pecco's getting first. Yeah, that man's getting first.
Probably
Second?
I'm gonna be weird. I think Bender's getting second.
Damn it. That's what I was gonna say. I was sitting there, I was like, I'm gonna be weird. I'm gonna say Bender. I'm gonna be different. And then here you go.
Oh, it's so funny. Little Bendy boy.
You know what's
It's on
hilarious?
both our minds. On our minds, man.
It's that KTM. It's in Austria. That bike's gonna be competitive. All right, third. Who we think's getting third then?
I feel like Bez needs it.
Bez does need it. Martin needs it. Bez needs it.
Arco kind of needs it.
Zarco's not going to do it. It's second half of the season.
I know.
Zarco's summer break consists of too much wine because he's French. You know, it's it's the French in him, man. He doesn't work in the off season. He just drinks wine and eats cheese.
Maybe they can be weird and get like Luca Marini in top 3. I don't know.
I want to say Alex Marquez can get third. He can certainly get third, but the problem is it's a Marquez trait to toss it down the road and skid more than they race. So
I don't like any of the Marquez anymore. So
yeah, I'm not.
Never hear me say Marquez, Innocence, and top 3.
The first few races, it looked like Marquez was gonna Alex Marquez was gonna be competitive and like put in his name, and he got a few unlucky crashes, but now it's just turned into his own fault, and I'm starting to rethink what I was saying about it being other people's faults in the other races. Man, who's going to be third? I'm going to say Oliveira. Actually, I'm going to say Miguel's going to get second and Binder's going to get third, because Oliveira won his first race on KTM at Austria a few years back.
Okay.
But Binder also won in Austria. Oh, dude, you didn't see that race, did you?
Not.
I think it was like 2 years ago, or it might have been last year. I can't remember, but it was a flag to flag race. So it started off dry, and then like the last 4 or 5 laps, it started downpouring, and half the field went in. It was like 3/4 of the field went in to change their bikes and get on rain tires. Binder stayed on slicks. Dude, it was pouring. Man had no grip, just slowly easing it on, and won. It was honestly. If you do anything before you go to work today, look up Binder Austria slick rain race. Like, watch the highlights of that. Viewers watching this right now, yes,
Two
watch
people, the
that.
two people who are watching this right now.
Mom, Dad. No.
Brendan.
Brendan, I love you. No, but
Oh my god.
no, look up that race, and you don't watch the whole thing. You don't have to. You can if you want. But oh my god, it. I mean, they still talk about it today. Like if you hear the announcers, like if you like listen to them, anytime there's like a rain race, they're always like, well. This is Binder's area because of what happened in Austria a few years back when he won on slicks. They always bring it up because it was so just nuts. Because the guys on the wet tires had enough time to catch him, right? Because it was a small enough track to where they could catch him and get and like to pass him late in the race. That's why they made that gamble, and he was just like, "Nah, I don't need it," and he
Yeah.
stuck it out. There was a few other guys right behind him, but he was not giving up, and that's oh, dude, I can't
That's crazy,
I
man.
can't imagine having zero grip on a motorcycle. Like the bike is trying to hit the ground at that point. Like
Yeah.
anything you do, it is trying. And Austria has some sharp corners. Like going up the hill, it was turn 2, but now it's 1, 2, 3, turn 4, and then down that straight into 5/6 are insane. Like 90-degree uphill, downhill, sweeping, and he just right through like it wasn't raining. Obviously, he wasn't going. He was like 20 seconds off his actual pace, but
That's so crazy, man. The balls in that man.
good race. But yeah,
Take the whole.
now I'm back to Binder being second. Binder and
Okay,
Oliver.
I don't know who's winning, bro, but I got Pecco, Bender, and Bez
And
in
Bez.
interchangeable top three.
I got Pecco, Binder, Oliveira interchangeable top 3.
I feel like Bez is just pissed off that he wrecked.
Uh I
And I
want to
feel like
say yeah, but I also
because I mean
unfortunately
that put him down in the third. He wasn't second.
I don't know if I don't know if I can support the Bez train. I don't know if I can. I
Bez, bro, he got cool earrings. I like him.
I like his hair. He's got good hair. But, you know, it's it's so hard to predict. The prediction's the hardest thing. Like if this was like a sport, like any other sport like football, and it was like we were talking about two different teams, we could analyze and be like, okay, these guys are better in this area, yada yada yada. But like it's the best of the fucking best, and it comes down to milliseconds. It's like who's gonna have the millisecond today?
Pecco.
Pecco. Normal. Actually, yeah, I guess.
He's already won. He's won like half the races, bro.
I mean, yeah, I will say, bragging all this shit about how yeah it's really hard, it's hard to pick, but it's Pecco. It's
Like
Pecco.
he's already won what 8 or 9 races it's been had.
Has it been that many? I don't think it's been that many, but I
He's
could
won
be
4
wrong.
of them bitches. I
4?
think it's been 8. It says.
How many races have there been? I don't know. I
I'm
don't.
counting the wins. I'm looking at the standings right now, and it's got their wins and podiums next to it. It says Pecco has 4.
4?
Martin has 1. Mez has 2. Leish has 1.
Elias just got
Rins
his
has 1.
first. Yeah, I forgot Rins won one. That's
That's
so
9.
crazy. That's so crazy that Rins was able to win on that Honda. And
Yeah,
like,
shout out Rins. Rins, he killed that race.
I want to see Rins and Mir as teammates again. Wait a minute. Fabio wants out of Yamaha. Morbidelli's leaving and Rins is replacing him. Mir is dying on that Honda. Put
Man,
put Mir and Rins on the Yamaha and develop that bike because they developed that Suzuki really well. I like them as teammates. They are great teammates. That Suzuki, it was only the two of them on the grid, and they kept Suzuki competitive when they were both on there because they compete with each other and help each other. They're a good duo. I like them as teammates, and if I'm a manufacturer, I would want them as teammates again. Splitting them up was a bad move. I mean, they were both on Hondas, but not in the same garage.
yeah. Maybe that can happen, man. Maybe that can happen.
Maybe it can happen. Send Fabio to Honda and let Honda build the bike around him like Honda always does, and maybe they can start doing stuff.
Either way, we need to end this podcast because I've had to take a shit for about an hour now.
Fair enough.
It's pushing, brother.
You're growing a tail. But all right, that'll be it. We'll try to get this next episode after Austria recorded soon.
Classes start, so I'll be on more of a consistent schedule.
Cool.
So we can try and aim for whenever you can report.
We'll figure it out. But thank you for tuning into the MotoGrandPodcast. I'm Patrick Bailey.
It's Caleb.
And have a good one, guys.